This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Regina Lee.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the latest episode of the Good Neighbor Podcast. This morning, I am chatting with just a very, very unique business. I have Chetan and Neel, and they are franchise owners of the RobotLAB of Charlotte. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had a chance to meet you guys at a recent Chamber of Commerce, and I was just taken. I'd never heard of this kind of business. So tell our listeners what you guys do.
So we are RobotLab and robots. We do robotic solutions for all market segments, all verticals. We are not new to the market. RobotLab has been around for 16 years. We just opened up offices in Charlotte. You guys can reach us. Just Google robotlab.com /Charlotte, and you'll get on our webpage. We have different segments. Whether you're in the hospitality business or education market, we have solutions for every business. What we do, at a 20,000 feet level, I just don't want to take up too much of the time, but we provide AI-powered solutions to businesses locally. We are right here in Charlotte, in your backyard. If you have jobs that you cannot find people to do, right? We can fill that gap. If you have people to accomplish those jobs, we can aid and supplement to the existing workforce by integrating into your existing operations to help you achieve efficiencies, more productivity. Okay, so we're not taking anyone's jobs away. We're not replacing humans. Every time the word robot comes up, people are scared, it's going to take my job away. No, it is not replacing humans. It is actually making humans and the jobs more efficient. So we are aiding and supplementing to the existing workforce. That's what we do. We have delivery robots. We have buzzing robots for restaurants. We have cleaning robots. We have service robots, security robots, farming robots, firefighting robots. The list goes on. But, just to give you an example, you want your workforce to do tasks that can yield you more productivity. So we take the hard work, the repetitive work away from them and replace it with robots. That's what we do. If someone wants to know more about us, they can, like I said, Google us, set up a meeting with us. It's free consultation. We would come to your business, whether it's a restaurant, a warehouse, a distribution center, a clinic, nursing homes, it's a school. We'll come out at your site, evaluate, give you options, and then we take it from there.
So I'm looking at the website, all of those amazing categories, and I'm trying to envision. So I'd love to know, for example, for a school and education facility, what kind of things could one of your robots do there?
So for education, we have curriculums all the way to K-12. Okay, we could set up AI labs in school. If a school has students that have interest in robotics and that kind of engineering, right? AI powered tools, we could set up labs, we could set up classrooms, provide them with curriculums and support those curriculums all the way to K-12. A lot of schools have us in there. So we have educational robots, as well as, customer service robots. Now, when you mention school, if you step away from the education piece, now the schools have auditoriums, basketball courts. They have larger hallways. I mean, you don't want to break someone's back vacuuming and scrubbing. You could automate those tasks, and we could have robots clean, vacuum, sweep, scrub. It would empty the dirty water, refill the clean water, all on its own. It's fully autonomous. And then you could take away that hard part of labor from the existing maintenance crew and put them at better use. So not only we have educational department for schools, but we also have the cleaning robotic solutions for them as well.
So let's kind of use a restaurant as the same scenario. Take us through some of the ways you see robots being used in local restaurants.
So what happens is, when we talk to restaurants, like me and Neel were at one of the restaurants, and when we talk to the waiters and waitresses there, they were scared that, it's going to take away my job. If it's bringing the food and taking dirty dishes, it's going to take away my job. So, we asked her if she had a few minutes to sit down with us, and then we told the waiter, it was a waiter, we told him that think about it this way. Every time I go to a restaurant with my family and my daughter, 10-year-old daughter, drops a fork, she needs a fork right there to take the next bite, right? She's got to wait 10 to 15 minutes because the waiter is helping someone else or bringing someone's food or taking dirty dishes, or there's not enough waiters to run that shift. So if we take away the most tiresome and time-consuming task, so we asked the waiter, what's the most tiresome and time-consuming task you have? And he said it's bringing the food, the heavy plates, the hot plates, and taking the dirty dishes back. So if we take that away from a waiter or waitress, now they have more time to spend in front of the guest, right? In front of us. They can upsell a bottle of wine. They can upsell a dessert that we would have never thought of. Okay. So it is more bottom line for the business owner. The waiter and waitresses are less tired at the end of their shift because they're spending more time with the guests one-on-one. They're getting more tips. So it's a win-win situation. The waiters are getting more tips. The restaurant owner is getting an additional sale that he or she did not have because the waiters are running like chickens, bringing food and taking dirty dishes. On top of that, we have robots that have advertisement screens on the front. So while they're bringing food, they could advertise dessert or specials that the guests don't think about. They could advertise, Halloween cocktails or any seasonal pumpkin beer that they're carrying for their guests. So even that advertisement generates revenue. They can get a piece of that revenue from their vendors that are supplying them alcohol or those desserts, right? So it can benefit a restaurant in so many different ways rather than saying it's going to take my job away, So it's funny how we open up these conversations, they tend to understand us more.
Yeah.
On top of that, right? It's not always monetary profits, right? When your waiter or waitresses they go home, now they're not tired anymore, right? They're not that tired because of running back and forth. Now they get to spend more time with their family.
So it's about taking the mundane tasks and allowing them to really be more customer service driven.
Exactly, and sometimes, let's say if you look at cleaning, right? If you have offices, cubicles, right? When I clean, when my wife says, "Hey, vacuum the house," I'm gonna spot cleaning. It's human nature. You're gonna try to vacuum the entire living room, every inch, but you're gonna go where you see piece of paper or dirt, right? So it's always spot cleaning. Whereas with these robotic solutions, it is on a designed map. It's going to shoot you data, what it cleaned, what it missed. It is actually improving the life of your carpet, of your assets, because, the air you breathe, the air your employees breathe, right? It has HEPA filters and it's doing what it's supposed to do repeatedly without any interference. So, I think it's making the environment more cleaner, more friendlier. It's protecting your assets by doing a really good, consistent job, right? And again, it depends, what type of business you have or what
and that's for the vacuuming, right? For the scrubbing and the wet applications, what we have on our products is a multi-stage water filtrations. So it's not just using the water once and dumping it out. It's reusing it multiple times before it actually dumps it out. So 1 gallon of water could, matter of fact, clean 1,000 square feet without even dumping the water out. Which again, if you think the current scenarios, right? When a janitor comes in and he with a bucket, right? He's using that 1 gallon of water. He does mopping, he puts the mop in, and then he washes that mop with the same water, right? And then he reuses that water. But guess what? It's not being cleaned. So the second slot that you clean, it's still dirty. And we have gone into businesses where their janitors have cleaned the area, and then we ran our robots, and we still found dust. The water was still dirty, right? So it's cleaning, it's environment friendly, and it's helping the business owners keep their assets for longer time.
Wow. So I'm just curious, like if it's a cleaning robot and the office environment, everyone goes home, is this totally automated where someone doesn't have to be there?
Yep.
Yes,
So
and that's what we recommend to run it off hours, right? So when you run it off hours, there is not disturbance, and none of our vacuums are too high or too loud, right? Where they're making a lot of noise. So yes, you can run during the day. Um, we recommend doing it off hours, right? So it will keep running. There is no one coming in and out of the cubicles and such. So less hazard, but hazard is not an issue because the all of these robots have so many sensors that even if a small thing comes in the front, it will just stop there, go around, and keep cleaning. But the biggest thing is that in order to clean each and every single inch, right? It's better if someone doesn't come out. Well, guess what? When that could happen, off hours. So we have robots that runs off hours, right? And that way it would clean every single inch of that facility. And the next day you come in, it's all spotless, right? It's all clean for the employees to work in a good, clean area.
So, Regina, we have robots, cleaning robots that can be scheduled through an app on your phone. You could schedule it to run at midnight, and it's going to tell you that, hey, to clean this cubicle office space of 150 cubicles, it's going to take an hour and 30 minutes. And if someone left a chair outside, it'll go around, but tell you on your app that it missed that spot, it'll catch it on the next run, right? So we have these employed at so many offices, different floors, and they love it. I mean, because when their workforce comes in to work the next morning, it's all clean and good to go.
Amazing. So if a business owner is listening and they're curious, could this work for me? What does this cost? Talk to us about that process of connecting with you and then what happens.
So, Regina, it's a nice tiny tool to have. If I had a restaurant, I want a robot greeting my customers and showing them the table. Okay, but besides that, the way we look at it is what problems, what issues, what points you have. So if a business owner comes to us, we don't want to sell them just a robot. We're a solutions provider. We want to provide you a solution to your pain point. So if a business owner says, hey, I have a restaurant, I cannot keep enough workforce trained, and I'm always short of staff, we'll give them a delivery robot to supplement their existing workforce that shows up so they're not tired and they can do a wonderful job, right? If it's a warehouse, it's a distribution center. If it's an adult nursing facility, right, or assisted living facilities, we have robots that could play tic-tac-toe, dance with the patients, show them family pictures, like, patients with dementia. My grandfather had dementia, and he would ask the nurse again and again, what's the time? Now, I don't blame the nurse. If someone asks me the same question 20 times in a day, I'm going to not have an attitude, but not the same tone on the 20th time I'm answering that question.
Wears you down.
That's what the robot does. It is going to have the same attitude, the same tone every time. Plus, it's showing them their family pictures. So it is great for patients with dementia or cleaning robots. We visited assisted living facilities where high-paid nurses were cleaning during the day because their cleaners only came at night. Our robots can be summoned for spot cleaning. Okay, so imagine if I had to put my grandfather in today in an assisted living facility. I'm going to see how clean it is. What are your hygiene, practices? What do you have beside your regular cleaning crew? If they told me they have a cleaning robot that cleans round the clock, I mean, that is the place I would want to put my family member, right? So there's so many things we take into consideration before suggesting or selling a robot. Like I said, we're not selling a product or a robot, we're selling a solution. So
for anyone looking to get in touch with us, right? They can go to robotlab.com and fill out the inquiry form, or they can go to robotlab.com/Charlotte and put an inquiry over there. We will get in touch with them, and then we'll go actually on site to do the site survey, meet them in person, right, and understand their pain points. Based off of that, we'll give them a solution. We'll give them a couple of options, actually. Once they agree or they decide on what solution they want to move forward, we'll then do the full implementation. So we go out, we do the mapping, we do all the other settings and all the other enhancement to the maps, and run it at that time when we are there to see if it's if we need to make any tweaks or anything like that, right? Once that's done, we would train the employee, whichever employee they choose, the owner chooses, right? We'll give them training. We'll give them an SOP of what they need to look out for on a daily basis and how to take care of the robots, right? We do follow-ups, and then if there is anything that they need changed, we go out there and we'll make that change. So it's not just going in the business and implementing and done. It's about providing services when they need it, where they need it, right? It's about supporting them throughout their daily routine. Again, the owners are not. Some owners are not technical savvy. They shouldn't be doing or dealing with robots. They should be dealing with their staff and what they do best. Leave the robot part to us. Let us take care of that and do what you need to do, and enhance your profit and your restaurants or your businesses in the community.
Right.
So,
totally amazing.
Just to sum up real quick, anyone can buy a robot out of a box from China, Korea, anywhere, right? But all it comes with a manual. We're here local. We can implement, we can support, even afterwards, we can help troubleshoot. So that's why, what we bring to the table is the support that comes afterwards that you need to any business local.
Well, Neel and Chetan, thank you so much. So again, if our listeners want to reach out, they should go to your website, robotlab.com, and fill out the form and submit it, and you guys will reach out. Just such a fascinating business you have. Congratulations. And we're so thankful you're here in Charlotte now.
Yep. Thank you for having us on the podcast. And business owners, reach out to us for any needs.
Well, awesome. And I hope to see you guys again in the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpsouthcharlotte.com. That's gnpsouthcharlotte.com or call 980-351-5719.